Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between rolling hills and sprawling fields, lived a young boy named Billy. Billy was a kind-hearted and determined boy who dreamed of having his own hunting dogs. He had always heard stories about brave hounds and wished more than anything to have his very own pair. Billy's family was poor, and although they struggled to make ends meet, his parents supported his dream. For 2 long years, Billy worked hard, saving every penny he earned from doing odd jobs and chores. He dreamed of the day when he would finally have his dogs. One crisp autumn morning, after years of saving and hard work, Billy had enough money to buy his 2 hunting dogs. He traveled to a town far away and found a kind man who had 2 beautiful red-bone coonhounds, one named Old Dan and the other named Little N. Billy's heart swelled with joy as he paid for his new friends and took them home. Old Dan and Little N were more than just dogs. They became Billy's best friends and loyal companions. The three of them were inseparable, spending their days exploring the woods, chasing after squirrels, and enjoying the simple pleasures of country life. They were a team, and together, they dreamed of winning the big hunting competition held each year in their town. Billy, Old Dan, and Little N trained hard. They practiced their hunting skills every day, learning to work together as a perfect team. Old Dan was strong and brave, while Little N was smart and quick. With their combined talents, they grew more skilled and confident. Finally, the day of the hunting competition arrived. Billy and his dogs were excited and nervous. The competition was fierce, with many skilled hunters and their dogs participating. But Billy, Old Dan, and Little N gave it their all. They worked tirelessly, tracking scents and demonstrating their impressive skills. As the day wore on, Billy's hope began to wane. They had been out in the woods for hours, and it seemed like they might not win. But then, as the sun was beginning to set, Little N caught a scent. Old Dan picked up the trail, and together, they chased after it with all their might. Their determination paid off. They managed to catch the coon they were tracking, and the judges were impressed with their teamwork and skill. Billy and his dogs won first prize, and Billy's heart soared with pride. The whole town celebrated their victory. But as winter approached, tragedy struck. Old Dan was injured in a fight with a mountain lion while protecting Billy and Little N. Despite Billy and Little N's best efforts, Old Dan's wounds were too severe, and he passed away. Billy was heartbroken, but he cherished the memories of his brave companion. Little N was deeply affected by Old Dan's loss. She seemed to lose her spirit, and Billy knew he had to help her through the pain. He spent every day comforting Little N and showing her love, just as she had always done for him. One day, as the first red flowers of spring began to bloom, Little N's health began to improve. Billy noticed a red fern growing near Old Dan's resting place. His grandfather had once told him that in the Ozarks, a red fern is a sign of something special and that it is a sacred plant, planted by angels.